Hello, Reformers, and welcome back to A Clash of Kings. Now, when we left off, we had just taken quite a few fiefs from our enemies, the Iron Islands, and now we have returned to Pike. Now, one of you mentioned in the comments quite a while ago that you can actually find a set of very nice armor in a chest in one of your keeps. And now I have found the chest. So we will open it up, and there it is. Some very nice heavy plate armor right there. 60 to body armor, 20 to leg armor, and we will be wearing it. Oh yes, it actually has our symbol, our flag on it, and we will now be giving our rusty heavy plate armor to a vassal, or maybe to a future companion. We will see how that goes. Now, one of you has sent me a private message stating that you think we should probably use a bow. And I do agree, because of course we do need to start to use ranged weapons a little bit so that we can actually be a little bit useful in sieges perhaps. So I have bought this Masterwork Bow. It was about 2,000 dinars, and so there we are. We need 5 in power draw to be able to use it, so I think that won't be too bad. I think we only need around 3 levels to be able to accomplish that, and then we can fire off our 17 arrows. We may indeed have to get a larger bag of arrows in future. And as we are talking about archers, I must exit here and let you know that I have changed Bryndon from a cavalry unit to an archer now, and I have given him a crossbow, as you can see here. So hopefully he will not die as quickly as he does in previous episodes, but we will soon see how that goes when we siege the next target. Now, I believe 10 Towers is okay in terms of its garrison. Grey Garden is also reasonable, and as you can see here, I have taken out quite a few veteran reach levies. I went to the reach all the way down here, and as you can see, all the way over here, the reach has actually taken King's Landing, so good on them. They did a very good job on the Westerlands right there, very nice indeed. But nevertheless, that is a very impressive feat, and we will hopefully attempt a similar thing in future. So, I think we will probably head on to Nagas Hall. Now, we do have a couple of enemy vassals patrolling around here, and I am a little bit worried about where they currently are. So, let's hope that they will not come out of the woodwork just yet. And as you can see, Pebbleton is doing very well in terms of its garrison, 134 currently stationed there, and I did not place any units in there, so that was all Blackwell's doing. And oh my goodness, look at this, we have a real-time event. A traveler tells you where to find a band of settlers recently arrived. And we have 5 options right here. Oh my, help them on their way? Giving them food and gold, I believe that is probably the best option. Let's do that. There we are. And, oh, we have gained honor. Okay, well, we lose 200 coins, but we gain honor. Well, that's okay, considering we are keeping many of our prisoners and we are losing honor in the process. But we currently have Lord Dunstan right in front of us here. And I'm wondering, do we have enough forces to take him on? Because he does have a few elite retainers and some veterans as well. And we are not necessarily in the greatest strength that we have ever been in, because we do have that huge majority of regular levies and regular man-at-arms, but I think we will be heading in nevertheless. So, let us do this. I will take him down as quickly as we can, at least, and we will see how it goes. So, we have 196, which does seem like a lot, but I, of course, am not entirely confident in my new army composition, because, of course, this was an army composition I have just created around 5 minutes ago, so hopefully we will be okay to win this. And as a result, I would like to see how many archers we have. We have 41, 48 infantry, and 10 cavalry. That seems like a pretty reasonable number. I like that, okay. Well, let us see how well our archers do against the likes of these ironborn units. And we will also get our infantry down here and ready to protect our archers from any units that may befall them. And we are going to be charging our cavalry in, and Oh my goodness, this battlefield is terrible for me, as you can probably tell. There are a lot of rocks, and as you know, I am not a big fan of... Whoa. Okay, I am not a big fan of objects blocking my path, and oh my goodness, that is not too good. That is why you do not run into the spearmen. Oh my goodness, okay. Hopefully the infantry will charge in and help me out here. We are going to have quite a few issues. Hopefully this new armor that I picked up will be able to protect us rather considerably. So let's do some thrusting and some slashing and some overhead attacks. And it appears that we are actually doing a reasonable job in terms of actually staying alive here. And you know what's actually really ironic about that particular situation we had just there? Well, the fact was, I had just purchased that horse, so it seems that my newly acquired horse is now crippled, so yes, we will have to nurse it back to health, and hopefully he will run just as fast as he has run throughout the entirety of his life, if I can help it at least. And we will now take on these units and take them down as best we can. Yeah, there we are. Take him down, take that guy down, and then block that. Thank goodness he only has a spear, so he can only thrust at us. And we will thrust back at him tenfold, of course. Oh, yes. And slash him. Oh, my goodness. Really? Okay. Whoa, okay. I did not expect him to turn around on us. But there we are. Thank you very much. They helped me out right there. And our sword is covered with our enemy's blood. And we are ready to coat it even further. Oh, my goodness. Well, there we are. And it appears we have actually done a remarkable job of working together with a new army composition, and we have only lost 6 units as a result. Now, we do only have 3 enemies remaining in this particular bout. And hopefully we will be able to take this particular vassal prisoner, so that we do not have to worry about him and his actions around this territory, at least for the foreseeable future. Now, we do have 2 enemy units still running around. Not entirely sure what our cavalry are doing. Hopefully they are hunting them down, but it appears that these 2 particular units are... Oh, we do not actually have any cavalry anymore. That is probably why we're having issues. Okay, well, I do not have any ranged capability, so even if I could see them, I don't think I would be able to take them out. I am very far back in comparison to our other units. And there we are. 2 units were able to rout, which is quite unfortunate, but nevertheless, 2 units is 2 units, not a very large amount at all. So, 3 renown, 7 morale, that is fine, and it appears that we are able to take this fellow prisoner, which we will be doing, and then we will be taking as many retainers as we can, and then heading onward. Okay, oh, that's actually not a bad hauberk at all. Okay, well, I'll take some things. Oh, bodkin arrows. That's actually better than what I have. Look at that. Okay, we are going to be using those instead then. Okay, so as you can see here, we now have a lame heavy destrier, and thankfully I do have a spirited courser here, so hopefully that will help us out quite a bit in the upcoming field battles, if and when we do any. Now, regarding loot and our companions, I have increased the threshold at which Brendan can loot items, and hopefully that will be agreeable to many of you. I have increased it to 9999, and hopefully that will be very nice for our wallet. So, now we will be heading on to Nagas Hall, and hopefully sieging it without too many units in the garrison there, because of course we did take it previously. Okay, only 97. I think we should be alright, but you never know when a vassal may appear out of the woodwork. Now, we do have the king in Pike's prisoner's hold still, so I believe he will not be joining us for this particular siege, which is very nice indeed to say, but maybe there will be other vassals around that we are not aware of at the moment. So, here's the plan. Standard archer infantry formation, and we have 11 cavalry with us, which I will be telling to hold position behind the other units. And of course I do have a rather bad habit of leaving the cavalry just to charge in by themselves and die, which is probably not a great idea, so hopefully this time around I will have managed them a little bit better. And that was actually the main reason for Brendan actually getting taken out. And that was actually the main reason for Brendan getting taken out in the first place, so thank you very much for your comments on that. I was actually face-palming right there at my own ineptitude, but thankfully enough, you are able to change the tag rather easily, and it's not permanent, so yes, that's pretty cool. Now Brynden will be firing away. I'd like to see where Brynden is, so that we can see how effective he is currently being as a... Oh, I think I passed him just there. Or did I? Oh no! I cannot find Brynden. I do not know where he is. He's over here somewhere. I'm sure I saw his name. Maybe he's all the way at the... Ah, there he is. Hello! How is he doing? Is he killing things? He doesn't have a very high crossbow skill, so I would imagine that he is not doing too well, but hopefully once he has hit a few bolts into our enemies, he will be able to rank up very quickly indeed. But at least this way he stays alive a lot quicker, and we've only taken out 8 units. Interesting. We will be moving our archers a little bit closer then, as a result, and hopefully we'll be able to do a little bit more damage to weaken our opponents before we charge up there. But it appears that maybe the main reason why we're having difficulties is because most of the enemy's units are spearmen, and of course spearmen are equipped with some very hardy shields indeed, so perhaps that is the reason. I am hoping that our crossbows will be able to penetrate their shields and take out the wielders, but yes, it appears that it is a slow process at the moment. So what I will do is cut away until our crossbowmen have run out of bolts, which it appears some of them may have already done, but nevertheless, I will wait until almost all of them have run out, and I will see you then. Okay, so as you can see by the statistics, we have currently taken out 22 of the enemies that we really need to clear the way of, and unfortunately I believe that is probably going to be it. So we will be charging in our infantry, charging in our cavalry, and then once our cavalry have passed, I will be charging in our archers as well. Of course they have run out of bolts now, most of them have run out of bolts at least, and hopefully I will be able to get in here with my two-handed sword, and we will be able to do a significant amount of damage to the enemy's forces and morale. Come on, let me up there, thank you very much. Okay, not entirely sure what I was doing there. Interesting. Well, here we go. This is where we will see a huge amount of casualties, no doubt, because many of my infantry units are not exactly the highest level they can be, but I have faith in them that they will be able to pull off a rather considerable victory here, or at least I hope so. And my goal for this is, as usual, I will be heading up to the archery nest, if you can see through all the icons over there, and oh no, ooh, that was close. I almost had a jetpack experience. If you remember all those days way back when I was doing native Warband, I had a bad habit of jumping in amongst our units, and once I did that, I would get stuck in between them, and then they would launch me all the way off the wall, and I'd take a huge amount of fall damage, but it appears that, thankfully enough, I was able to break free of that curse today, and maybe I will not fall off as well. That would be rather infuriating, but yes, rather amusing at the same time, I suppose. And we will now be charging our crossbowmen in, as I believe our infantry have cleared the way very nicely indeed. So now all we need is our archers to head down there, or head over here. I think they can probably hold position on the walls here, and we'll see how they do there, but if they are not hitting the fellows in the nest, in the archery nest, then I will move them down into the courtyard, I suppose. Now, we do have... oh, it appears that there are some down below, but I will be heading over here and taking out this fellow as best I can. Hopefully my armor will protect me. I am not wielding a shield after all. So, yes, there we are. Take him down, no problem at all. Now, believe it or not, I do have the damage modifiers on the highest they can be, so I'm not entirely sure why I'm not taking any damage. I suppose it is because of my armor and the amazing armor that I was able to acquire from the chest. So, yes, thank you once again for letting me know about that. I was, well, let's just say, not very lucky at all at finding it. Oh my goodness. Well, it had to happen sometime, and I am furious. But still, I am amused, and I suppose Elias will chill out here, looking incredibly kingly. Yes, kingly, that is definitely a word. And we are going to be hoping that they will take out those opponents up there. I hope so, at least, because it appears that they're having a couple of issues on the ledge over there, getting stuck. But nevertheless, we have prevailed and only lost 18 units. Huh, not bad at all. That is pretty reasonable. Elias was only able to kill 1 unit, however, so I'm a little bit disappointed by that. But nevertheless, we do get quite a couple of units to upgrade. And there we are, veteran reach crossbowmen. Hopefully they will reach elite status soon enough, because of course you know I am a huge fan of the elite reach crossbowmen, that's for sure. So yes, I will not be taking any of those things there. I will let our companions take it. And now I will be deferring the appointment of a lord once again, so that it is garrisoned immediately. 4,100 dinars, I will be splitting that between our vassals, and then we will see how it is going. Okay, 35 garrison there, and now I think we will be heading on to Hammerhorn. Are we okay in terms of our able bodies? I believe we probably are. It appears so, at least. And yes, we will be heading on, so let's do it. Hammerhorn, here we come. And then there will only be 1 fief remaining, and that will be, okay, what is this? The kin of a farmer slain in one of your battles brings a suit against you, requesting compensation of 200 coins. What do you do? Well, yes, I like how there are 2 somewhat evil answers and 1 good answer, but yes, I believe we are probably going to pay them. Yes, there we are. Okay, so we gain honor. That was rather nice. And yes, as I was saying, the last remaining fief will be Black Tide. So let us head over to Hammerhorn as quickly as we can. You come across some runaway farmers. Oh, this is one of those very difficult decisions, because I believe the best option in terms of the game would be to return them to their master, but I believe in moral terms it is probably a better idea to help them on their way. So I am going to help them on their way, and I lose 2 renown, but I think it is a better choice to make. So yes, that will be fine. And we are now going to be leveling up 6 Riverlands pikemen. Huh, pretty reasonable, that's nice. And now who do we have here? Lord Meldred. Oh my. Okay, well, it appears he is not bothering to say hi to us, which is rather nice of him, and we are now... Ooh, this might be tricky. Well, let's see what the castle layout is like. We are building ladders at an incredible rate, so that is rather nice. We do have 5 in engineering after all, so that is always going to help us out.